How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. We're going to be talking about everything Hbar here, really understanding, what we're looking at, and of course, what we could be expecting as we are going into Wednesday. Tomorrow is a very, very important day, as we know. The FOMC meeting is taking place, so we're really going to understand, what is to be expected. Because if we're looking across the board, the market is, seeing a retracement once again, and I did mention this in my XRP update that did go live, before this update. I did talk about how I personally think that, the market is already kind of pricing itself, to this FOMC meeting, because let's face it, majority of the people think that, the rate cut is not going to happen. So we'll see what happens. Like I said, in the past FOMC meetings, you do tend to see, market actually picking up. So are we going to see that happening tomorrow? We'll see. Obviously, time is the most important factor to keep in mind. But if you're looking at Hbar down about 3% right now, going into Wednesday morning, with the price currently sitting at 15 cents pretty much, and also down about 1.7% in Bitcoin compared. Now, if you're looking at the market cap, 6.4 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $150 million. Before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in cryptocurrency. So I'm going to start off by showing you guys, the dominance index here. We're going to take a look at the dominance index on the hourly time frame. You can see this for yourself. 64.83% for the dominance. Obviously, it is picking up, and pretty much on the verge of breaking towards a high that we haven't seen pretty much since May. And at the rate things are going, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see that happening. If you're looking at BTC right now, Bitcoin did see a little bit of an uptick. We did see Bitcoin going down to $103,000 just a few hours back, but since then, Bitcoin has been bouncing back up. And obviously we're still below the 106,800 key resistance. We know the importance of that range. But speaking about volatility, we're going into Wednesday, exactly what we've been speaking about over the last few updates. It's really starting to show, especially if you take a look at it on an hourly perspective. You can really see how the market has been moving over the course of the last 2 to 3 days, and this is something we've been expecting on our channel. But now if you're looking at Hbar right now, Hbar is below the major key support line. We know the significance of this. I don't need to bore you guys to talk about how important this level really is, but right now, as of recording this update, we are sitting below it, and it's such an important level to be above, because if we're not able to do that, I think we could fall down to 14 cents, and that is still on the table. The fact that we're below it, that 14 cents target is still on the table. Obviously, unless of course we get back above that range. Bitcoin's picking up right now, so hopefully Bitcoin it breaks above the 106,800, which I believe will take Hbar's price back up to that major key resistance and turn it into support. But as of now, as of recording this update, we are sitting below it, and that is something we shouldn't really be ignoring. But let's take a look at it on an hourly perspective. So if you're looking at it on an hourly perspective, you're kind of starting to see a little bit of a battle between this key resistance. We actually reclaimed back above there on the 14th, dropped below. Several different retests got rejected, broke out, of course, as we did see that big bounce for BTC, up to $109,000 just yesterday, but pretty much dropping back down to the likes of 14.6 cents. So pretty much volatility perfectly right in front of us, and this is something we've been speaking about on our channel. But this level at 15.5 cents is such an important level for Hbar, and we would love to see that price to be back above. It's only about a 3% move, nothing crazy. So right now what you guys really want to see is Bitcoin to push towards the upside. If it's able to do that, especially break above 106,800, I do expect that we could see Hbar reclaiming back above that range. Right now, we shouldn't really be focusing on the 61.8 or the 0.50. First, it's important to maintain the price within the 78.6 above that key support line, and then we can kind of take it from there. But let me know down below what you guys think. Thank you for all your support. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace.